Hi, Mount Tabor. I'm Marcey Davis, Director of Children and Family Ministries here, and I am delighted to be able to be with you today. I wanted to share a word about our scripture that is our theme for our worship this Sunday. We're concluding our series called Living with Hope, and the scripture is Hebrews 6:19, which says, "We have this hope as an anchor for our soul, firm and secure." And so one of the things you need to know about me is that I grew up in a Navy family. My dad served for a long time, and so I was always near the water and always near ships. And so the anchor was a very steady visual in my life. I loved this idea of the anchor. I love what it means for us. And this verse just spoke to me when I found it. The fact that it tied something that was a key image in my life to my faith. And so I'm just excited about this. And so as I was reflecting on this verse, I thought of a time in my life when I relied upon that anchor, literally, or on an anchor, literally. My family was riding on a pontoon. And if you're familiar with a pontoon, you know that the pontoon does not have, the front is kind of open, and the anchor kind of sat there on the top of the deck of this pontoon boat. And we were riding out in the Albemarle Sound, and the waves were a little bit choppy. It was not a beautiful day, really, to be out on the water. For some reason, we decided to go ahead and do this. And as we were going, at one point, one of the waves kind of went over the bow of the pontoon and grabbed the anchor, and the anchor fell down into the water. And at the time, we didn't realize it. The anchor wasn't something we were focused on. And so all of a sudden, the boat wouldn't go anywhere. It was kind of staying in place. And if you're familiar with boating, you know that having and not being able to go where you want to go when the waves are choppy and that kind of thing is not a good thing. And so it quickly kind of became not a life-threatening situation, but scary. When you're not able to control the boat, you're not going where you want to go. But that anchor was holding fast. And once we realized that, drew back up the anchor, put it back on the boat, then the boat went where it was supposed to go. But in that time of not knowing why the boat wasn't going where it was supposed to go, and these waves are coming over the bow of the boat, it was kind of scary. At the time, I was young 20s. I had brothers who are 13 and 10 years younger than me. So I'm eyeing the shoreline, wondering if they're strong enough swimmers to get there. It's amazing how quickly we get to these points where we start fearing. But the anchor was doing what it was supposed to be doing. And so thank goodness we figured that out quickly. We were obviously, my dad in the Navy and the guy who was captaining the boat, also Navy, were able to get us where we needed to go and everything fixed. But that image of an anchor is something that holds us tight. It keeps us steady. It keeps us firm and secure. And so when we think about that anchor as God, as we think about that anchor as our hope for God, I want you to just remember that God is your anchor. When the seas are stormy, forgive me for that connection there, but when the seas are stormy, we have this hope. We have this hope, an anchor for our souls, firm and secure. And so I invite you, when you are worried, when you are stressed, when the seas are stormy in your life, to turn to God, to look to Him for that hope. I love you, friends. I miss you, and I hope that we are able to gather again soon.